Hello, everybody. So, as we know, we kind of seen this coming for 100 years at this stage. We all know OT is not the friends of the people. Let's put it that way. They're basically the government's propaganda machine. They're basically the state-run media organisation for the government of Ireland, obviously. So whatever the government says, OT will jump, basically, because obviously they get the vast majority of funding from the government, from Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, obviously. So generally they're not going to report on stuff that might annoy people. Let's put it that way. But yeah, so OT has completely fucked themselves up in fears here. But let's be fair, we all know what's going on. A few brown envelopes here and there, the Clarebone and stuff like that. We all know it. Simple as that. They might say it's not, but we all know, like Ryan Tubridy, they're all getting a few bob from NGOs, from the government, to keep their mouth shut. Don't ask any questions about, ask, like, take for example COVID. Don't ask any questions. Here's a couple of 100,000. Put that in your pocket and be quiet. Don't ask any questions about the vaccine and stuff like that. Don't ask. Don't ask. Just don't ask. Here's money. Shut up. That's, like, let's be fair, it is going on. Like, we have to admit it. OT, I always say the truth matters, but let's be fair, OT are basically the propaganda machine of the Irish government. We just have to say it straight. OT has lost trust in the people for the last, at this point, nearly 5 years now, since COVID and stuff like that. People have lost huge trust in the media, and particularly OT, because OT basically was never really on the side of truth. They were just whatever the NGOs and the government says, and the health professionals and stuff like that, whatever they says goes. Whatever the only Joe takes or into that, they can go to hell and back, basically, for all they care. But it just goes to show. OT, they just don't give a shit about the only individual, the only person who's paying their TV licence. And to be totally honest with you, it comes to the next point. Why would people pay the TV licences if it only goes to other people? That's public. Again, half of OT is publicly funded, but the rest of it's funded by the government, obviously. But a vast majority of it is by the government. We could say nearly 90% of it's funded by the government. So, 500,000 people at the moment are not paying their TV licenses, which it should be gone. Again, the way it should be, the TV license, I know I'm all over the place here, but the way the TV license should be, it's a voluntary thing. And if you want it, like say for example Netflix, you pay for Netflix and stuff like that because you use their services, right? You actively watch films and stuff like that, right? That's the way it should be. But we all know within about a month's time, the same as the CNN Plus, it'd be gone. It'd be gone literally in a month. At most 2 months, it'd be gone. Nobody, about 5 people would subscribe, and there'd be obviously NGOs and NGOs and all that. They would love it. They would take it, and obviously they don't want to see OT go under. They don't want it, and particularly the government. They'd be very frightened if individual journalists and citizen journalists take it upon themselves to ask questions of government ministers and stuff like that. They'd be shaking in their boots if another organisation took over that wasn't too keen on being cushy with the government, and getting a few bribes in the background. Like, we have to admit it is going on. It is going on in the government. As Ronald Reagan used to say, the government is not your friend. To be totally honest, and the government what's up enough. What was the quote he said? When the government says we want to help you, you have to be very afraid of it, basically. Because let's be fair, the government are not there to help you. And the same with OT, the media. They're not there to help you. They're there to destroy you. They just don't like the only Joe. They're there to push an agenda. And we all see that in OT. We see that every day in OT. You turn on the telly, straight away, oh, these people are far right, these people have questions and stuff, and that they are to question stuff in democracy. And you sit back and you're like, wait a second, this is not supposed to be the media where they have both sides of the story, right? And they talk about it, and they talk it out and debate it out. But no, it's just all one side. Whatever the government says, nobody else can have another opinion, basically. Whatever Leo says, Leo's the god and the king. And obviously, especially with the hate speech and stuff like that, OT are going off the rails and being like, yes, they're just jumping up and down, and everybody else is not kind of jumping up and down. So OT is kind of very upset that people are not jumping up and down about it. So yeah, but again, it's happening every day of the week in OT. Let's be fair. A few bucks here and there, a few brown envelopes into the door of some Ryan Tubridy, of Clarebone and stuff like that, to stop asking a few hard questions and stuff like that. And obviously a few extra 100 million maybe from the government and stuff like that to keep them operating, It kind of shuts you up. You don't bite the hand that feeds you, as they say. So that's why OT should be completely independent and should be reliant on basically the same style as Netflix. People who want to watch OT can pay to watch it, But we all know it'll be gone in 5 minutes. Like, we all know that. And the government knows that. Everybody knows that. But this is the thing. They just don't give a shit about Joe and Paddy. They don't care. They simply don't care. And it's kind of ironic that RT always says the truth matters. But in many cases over the last few years, RTE have been literally the biggest disinformation you could find. You could find anywhere. And that's pushing it now. I know CNN and stuff like that are really pushing the boundaries. But let's be fair, RTE are getting up there. They're not too far away. Let's put it that way. So RTE should basically just get lost at this stage, abolish themselves. Because let's be fair, nobody in Ireland really trusts the media. The media have disowned the Irish people, that betrayed the Irish people in every possible word you can use to show they absolutely disgust it with the Irish people. They don't like the Irish people. They hate you. They don't want you. They want to get rid of you. That's basically what the media want to do in this country. And they're the enemy of the people. They are literally the enemy of the people. And the same with this current government. They are the enemy of the people. They have no interest in the only Joe. They only have interest in lining their pockets and looking after the NGOs and stuff like that, and their own huge agenda by the World Economic Forum and stuff like that. So we can all see it. Completely too, but let's be fair. You couldn't trust OT as far as you control them. Thank you.